What is going on with you brothers and sisters? What you got going on for all my kings and queens, my alphas, my sigmas, and my illuminated, chosen, lucky ones? Listen, folks. Let's go on by what is your will? What do you have a passion or a compassion of your will is about? Whether you have free will, or whether you have willpower, or whether you just have a will for someone or something, or whatever is your career or your business or a relationship or marriage or whatever the case may be, you just really got to have a lot of standards and a lot of self-esteem for what you really believe on the inside you. So, my free will about myself just really being more of an adult, being more of a man, just to grow up mentally, spiritually, emotionally, archetypically, intuitively, psychically, and philosophy. But physically, I'm about 5'9" because so I was just really having more balance, having more securities, and more sincere because I am the most center of attention for the right, better people that I come across with. For those that really make me feel more whole, make me feel more joy, make me feel more pure, equalized purity really makes me even more blessed in disguise. My willpower is from within, just to have self-confidence, to love myself, better myself, look at myself in the mirror when I wake up. I just use my subconscious mind just to look at myself that I am amazing, I am the chief, I am better just for me because I love the fact that I recently live for because I am investing in myself. So I got the book of Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. So let's get to reading, shall we? And it says free will on chapter 2.
What's up, Roger?
Hi. And so let's get into it. The question is often asked, which means I was asking you, which means it's kind of like a question and it's kind of like you have to think for yourself. So it says again, the question is often asked, what should be done between the assumption of the wish fulfilled and its realization? Nothing. It is a delusion that other than assuming the feeling of the wish fulfilled, you can do anything to add the realization of your desire. Of what I was definitely talking about, whatever it really is, whatever it really fits you or suits you, you can just go along with it. So there are no judgments within you if you make it out to be. Your life is not bad if you make it out to be. You is not a bad person if you make it out to be. You is even more with the better people you make it out to be. It's just because my Instagram account is basically even more good and better because I am making it out to be, because I follow the bad people, because I don't follow people who are more of a hood person, whether you're from the ghettos, whether you're from the projects or the streets, just like smoking, drinking, doing drugs, living in poverty, because that is how your mindset really is. I don't follow them, and I don't even just to respond or apply because I know who I can follow that really makes me to feel more sincere and secure, to really make me to go along with the globe so I can scatter along within my consciousness equalized to subconscious. And yes, I made my Instagram account, made it out to be because I've been following the right better people. And just like I said, I don't follow people who are like living in average, like middle school, high school, working at 9 to 5 or McDonald's, Burger King, Walmart, or whatever the case may be. I just don't even do it. They're more like a party animal, go to bar, clubs, like Motel 6, just like living a loser life. So those are the ones who I don't, because that is not my will. But the will is what I said from the beginning on how I recently can make myself to feel more unstoppable, to be around with individual, which means the higher individual, whether it's righteous individual. I don't follow the ones like wannabes. Get that out of here. But shouts out to Ding Matt Smith, by the way. You think that you can do something You want to do something, but actually you can do nothing. Just like all the way around it. Like, I want to do this, I don't want to do it. I want to go here, I want to go here. I want to be around with these people, I really don't. I want to be with that girl, I really don't. Like, whatever it is. Like, you see how that really is. Like, dating in 2020, marriage in 2020, or friendships in 2020, or job in 2020, or whatever it really is. Like, you just constantly repeating over yourself, just like changing mind, changing mind, changing mind, make up the mind. It's like you can say that, but you change it all around that you really don't want to, because it definitely repeats itself. Like, you just really messing up the record, and you just really messing up the wire so it can get you there, because it's like you about to blow it up, and it's not gonna work anymore, because you've been making up your mind back again, making up your mind, and it definitely got to explode, and now you're effed. The illusion of the free will to do is but ignorance of the law of assumption, which means, just like I said yesterday morning, it all comes naturally. You don't need the methods. You don't need nothing like spells or voodoo. Like, you don't need earth. You don't need like books. Just in the present, and goes along with the near and the next future as well. It all comes naturally, because it's not going to go away, but you really have to control it. You really have to acknowledge it to become the master, upon which all action is based. Everything happens automatically. All that believes you, all that is done by you, happens. Your assumptions, conscious or unconscious, direct all thought and action to their fulfillment. Okay. It could be a good fulfillment, it could be a bad fulfillment. It could be like a male violent, or it can be like a male appointment, something like that. Or what is it really based on you, like to make love, not war, make war, not love. It goes along with, you can see it of how the universe will definitely reflect to you. That's how the way it goes, and that's how the way it works, because you make your mind and you make that out there to be your idea. But this is why you just waking up at the wrong side of the bed every day. You just so much in your emotions, but this is why it's not nobody else. It's about what you speak and what you say, because that is why every time you used to like to talk about some low third dimensional stuff, and this is why your words can definitely will become who you are. But this is why when you talk about some negative things, you will attract negative. Whether you talk about things positive, you will attract positive. When you talk about some very divorcement, you will attract that. Whether you attract like good ones or marriages, you will attract that too. But me, I attract the better people, because I make that out to be. Because I know that is my free will. Because my free will, long walks, long walks, long walks. Hi, how are you? Love your content. Thank you for loving my content. By the way, shouts out to you, good looking woman. So anyway, as I was saying, yeah, you just definitely have to exercise it, exercise it, exercise it, and you will know what I mean. You would thank yourself later, and you would thank me later. Only you decide to. But I mean it. To understand the law of assumption, to be convinced of its truth, means getting rid of all the illusions about free will to act. Free will actually means freedom to select any idea you desire. By assuming the idea already to be a fact, it is converted into reality. Just like I was saying, whatever you set into, you definitely get that. If you be around with bombs, you'll be a bomb. If you eat crappy food, you are eating crappy food, because you are crap. If you do things like to put drugs or stuff in your body, like it's poison, like you are the poison. But if you be around with promiscuous, you are promiscuous. If you be around with bad people, you are like them. It's all the way to go. Common sense. like attracts like. That is your desire of your reality. So let's talk about something good now. Let's talk about something good, good, good. So let's talk about good of your will. So let's get to it now. Beyond that, free will ends everything, happiness and harmony, with the concept of shame. Ooh, man. Most people give up. They give up on faith. They give up on hope. They give up because their time was definitely right there, right in front of their face. But that's why time was out. I can, of my own self, do nothing, because I seek not mine own will, but the will of thee, Father, which had sent me. Like the Father of God have basically trying to show you the other side, like wills and signs, like whatever you have a good passion, whatever your dream, whatever your hope, whatever it really is for you, you just really have to see yourself as you already there. But I know that it can be crazy, but you can. But some people, it's definitely easy to go on moving forward, to go on being positive, to keep on bettering themselves, because like they like where the position that they are now. They love the environment where they are. It could be spiritually, or it can be physically. It can be mentally, or it can be right there in front of you, because they like the direction of the section where they love to be around, because that is what it really gives you, because that is the end of that movie, because you broke the matrix, you broke the system, everything around you is turning into flames because you run things within the inside you. Facts. In this question, the Father obviously refers to God. In an earlier chapter, sorry about that, I had to scratch, so my apologies. Start over again. In this question, the Father obviously refers to God. In an earlier chapter, God is defined as I am. Whatever you can just say it, I am, or in the good way, or in the bad way, or in the whatever you can just like set it to. But whatever you could just like desire yourself with it, you could just definitely chose it. Whether, yeah. So there's it. Since creation is finished, the Father is never in a position of saying, I will be. In other words, everything exists in the infinite. I am conscious, can speak only in the present tense. Not my will, but thy be done. Man, I love that. I love that right there. I love that, because every time I really feel so good every time I hear that, because that is true. It's because you don't live in vain. Like at the end of the day, it's definitely in, it is definitely over. But now you can control things about you. You can control things within you. But the world, what you see right in front of you, it could be in the house, or it can be at work, or whatever. You don't, because like that is not your reality. That is not your world, because like you is not in control, and that is not your power. Because at the other way around, Infinite Waters was definitely talking about this, but this is why I've been really watching him. But shouts out to him that he really waking up and inspire, because like whether it talks about the same thing what he do and it get different and different and different and newer, it definitely hit home, because it definitely be our reality as well. But most people just claim that they're talking about the same thing for years and years and years and years. They preach the same thing for years and years and years. Guess what? It helped me. But guess what? I am living it. But guess what? It helped those. But guess what? They are living in those. But whether they go through the other way, how the way they go it, and I go the other way, how I go it as well. It could be my words, how they live it too, and it could be their words, how they live it too. It could be mine, it could be theirs too. All the way around it. Not my will, but thy be done. It's because it's already done. It's already there. But you just got to just like be patient to God, to Christ, and the universe. If you believe, you were born to win. because you be around with winners, because you're focusing on winning. It's because you're focusing on very prosperous, just like the new Null. I like that because that is my identity. That is my identification. That is my intelligence, illumination. I will be is a conference. Okay, let's see. I will be is a confession that I am not. The Father's will is always I am. Until you realize that you are the Father, there is only one. I am in your infinite self that I mean I am in your infinite self is that I am. Your will is always I will be. Which means it could take time. It could be a little bit slow, or it could be years, or it's not gonna come at all. But you just got to say this: I am, not I'm gonna, not I will be, whatever it is. Because like that can be very slow, and it could be very like a waste of time. But you just got to just like see it at the other pace around. Because I know I've been really helping my good old friend Melinda about this, and I've been really helping my good old people, and it really helps them a lot. Because I know for a fact is I am just a genius because like how the way I live it, how the way I go by it, this is really makes me so supreme. Because I know I am that level one, because I am that number one, because I am a man of my word, because I am telling myself that I am doing every single solitary day, just because I am being around with better people, I am being around with conscious people, I am being around with lovely people, because I am not going to be with negative people, I am not going to be around with drug dealers, I am not going to be around with promiscuous, I am not going to be around with no loser like want to follow you, chase you, stalking you. Ha 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 ha, you're funny. Almost ran you over twice. That knows where you live, knows everything that you be at, just wanna laugh because that is a loser, because those the ones who don't have any will. They do have will, but guess what? All of that fell out of the window and fall into the flames. In the law of assumption, your consciousness of being is the Father's will. The mere wish without this consciousness is the day will. The great question, so little understood, is a preferred statement of the law of assumption. It is impossible to do anything. You must be in order to do. Just like whether you don't feel like doing anything, well, you set your mind into that. But look at me. I don't go the word do. And I've been saying that word a lot. Will do, and I don't even do it. But guess what? I got to like see the other way around it, like go for it. And so what else? How come I made about long walks? It's about to be 10 months in October 3rd next week, and that is going to be my 10 year. I mean, not my 10 year. Oh yeah, it's going to be my 10 year. Oh yeah, for sure. 2022 is going to be like about 2032. Look how awesome is that? Okay, so let's get to it. So how come I made about long walks to Dallas Cowboys Stadium, the west side, the north side? It's because I know, which means I know I can do it. I mean, I know that I know that I am gonna make it. I know that I am making it. Not gonna, not will, not going to. No, erase that out. Is I am making it. I know I'm making it. Just like that. It's because like, let's look at here. If you had a different concept of yourself, everything will be different. You are what you are. Right. Just like I said like about a while ago. And I ain't BSing. So everything is as it is. These events which you observe determined by the concept you have of yourself. If you change your concept or of yourself, the events ahead of you in time are altered, but thus altered their form again a determined sequence starting from the moment of this change concept. You are you are you are a being with powers of vision. Obviously, it got me thinking like this. I know some people have been on my Instagram account, on my YouTube. I know some of them have been on my YouTube. I know some people who really subscribe to me have been on my Instagram just because they was like, Roger is definitely something else. Is he racist? Is he this or that? How come? It's because nobody's not watching. How come I'm not getting like about 1 like, 2 like, 3 likes, or 4 likes, or 5, 6, or 7? How come? It's just because it's not about what people dress. It's not about if they dress all thotty or naughty. No, I just like to accept, because like I'm not doing that just like physically. I'm just looking at it spiritually, not physically, spiritually. Just like I said like before, you got to look at of what you see inside them spiritually. It's not all about that, but it would definitely give you like an urge, but no. And I'm telling you, just look at it spiritually. This is why when you go to the Bible, it will definitely go all along with it. Because for those who don't even believe, y'all just looking at other things around physically more than just within spiritually and mentally. But I don't care if y'all subscribe to my channel and y'all be on my Instagram account but not even following me. But dude, y'all been checking out my stuff because y'all been seeing who the people who have followed me and who I follow as well. Y'all is kind of sick to my own stomach. It's just like, unsubscribe and I don't care. And it said this: the truth that sets you free. The drama of life is a psychological one in which all the conditions, circumstances, and events of your life are brought to pass by your assumptions. Boom! Whether I use my mind, that's an assumption. Or whether I use my words, they are the assumption. Because it's definitely manifesting itself. Whether I am manifesting, it definitely giving me good awareness. It really gives me good intuition. It really gives me more activation. What the F do I got to lie about? What the F do I got to cap about? What the F do I got to BS, bragging, or complain? For those who think that, y'all are simple as hell. Like real simple as hell. But I love you though. Thank you though. Since your life is determined by your assumptions, you are forced to recognize the fact that you are either a slave to your assumptions or their master. Like I said, whether you go from here or whether you want to stay right there, whether you want to go from good, whether you want to stay the bad, whether you want to change or don't change, whether you can just like see the other side around it, whether you want to stay into that, how you was born, how the way you just can't cope on, have a breathe of another new life. To become the master of your assumption is the key to understand of freedom and happiness. You can attain this mastery by deliberate, conscious control of your imagination. Whether you can use a will, whether you're going to use I am, whether you're going to use I know, whether you're going to go I'm gonna. Either way around. But I know what two I can use. Y'all know what two y'all can use, or whether y'all can just like use the way y'all can go. because I know what I can use and I know what I'm not going to use. Whether things have set me free, whether I'm just escaping from that really makes me feeling stuck and cursed, I am giving it all to God. Cleanse it and just really burn it all away so I can really reframe newer, get newer. Like the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 17. The old you shall pass away so you can be a new creature, reborn again. Change how the way you think, change how the way you say, acknowledge it from within you. That is how you can be the master. Whether you can be a slave or whether you can just like control it. You're determining your assumptions in this way. For a mental image, a picture of the state desired of a person you want to be. Okay. How? I'm not looking at things on Instagram like physically. I don't care about the body or the clothing. I could just look at it physically to spiritually, but I'm not looking at it physically just like, man. Ooh, I'm looking at spiritually to see who are this and who are that, to see who have a good heart, who have a hatred heart, who have a care heart, who have a uncare heart, who have a loving heart, who have a hatred heart, who have all these things like conscious or unconscious, self-conscious or consciousness all the way. I know it's because I know who are definitely even more honoring, and I know who is dishonoring. I know who are respecting, I know who are disrespectful, who know who doesn't care about their religion or who don't care about what it is. Just feel accepted, just feel home. Just help yourself free yourself. Be yourself, loving yourself, just go abide. How the way you just can't express yourself. How the way they expressing themselves all around you. Simple facts. The good machine. Concentrate your attention. Concentrate your attention upon the feeling that you are already that person. Just like I already am that person, because I'm not saying this. I'm going to. Will. I know I don't. It's because I am, because I know, because this is how I have made it here. And this is what I say I have too, because I have been there. And this is why, just be patient. Boom, I have been there physically. Because I am detached. Because I broke the system, I broke the matrix. But yeah, I may not be perfect, but yeah, I do make mistakes. But if I do have to go see God early to really get that all the way, but it's not going to be easy. But you just got to keep on humbling yourself. You got to keep on examining yourself. You just got to keep on bettering and bettering. This is how the way you just have to apply to comply. This is for the strong men. This is for the strong women, for those who elaborate to your wild imagination. But dude, this is what really gives you more integrity of your containing of what exists. Visualize the picture in your consciousness, then feel yourself to be in that state as though it actually formed your surrounding world. By your imagination, that wish was a mere mental image is changed into a seemingly solid reality. Just like that. Why do I gotta follow people on Instagram that dress like this? All this and that? No. The more I'm just using my intentions, whether I'm just like using my head, this is what? I'm not living at the outer world. I'm not living at certain things, because the more I'm just like press it all into it, I could just look at it. I know what I can acknowledge. I know what I won't acknowledge. I know what I can accept and I know won't. Because dude, looking at it physically, it doesn't mean a damn thing. But look at it spiritually, dude, it means a thing. Because you could just read certain things. You just know certain things. But dude, this is how you are the king of exposure. This is what you are the king of, like, psychic and a high intuition, because it's activating. So stay tuned as well, because I'm definitely about to be going more later on, but kinda in a short, but I will let you know. So I definitely got more to stuff to hang out with my busy mind, be on Instagram. But obviously I can follow people who I really want to follow, but guess what? Not even relapsing. It's because I know self-control. If I don't even know self-control at that time, I wouldn't be making sense. I wouldn't be getting to it wherever I do. I wouldn't be that same idiot who I really was. Caring about what other people think or say. Do I even use that as happiness? Yes. Do I even use that as speaking truth and facts? Yes. Do I even call them out of their name in the bad way? No. Do I even like say them death threats? Do I even sell them threats like to call them out? No. But once, my brother as well, but I really didn't mean that. It was like a lesson to see what can really go from here and what cannot to do anymore. Dude, that movie is over. Apply it to another movie so it can be within you. Now once you can live it out there, look at yourself as you are watching your own movie. Looking at it, you can just like rewind it, you can just like go to any of it. Whether it's like lovely, good, romantic, where it's like the best of the best, like the shit, the genius, ultimate, limitless instructions in yielding the seeds, planting it to grow. It's gonna be like you won't ever fall, you won't ever freaking die, you won't ever be undenied, and you won't ever be forgotten. That's how the way it is. So, I'm flying. I see our brothers and sisters in the field. Take care of yourself. Stay healthy. And as always, stay conscious and subconscious. This is what matters. This is what matters. If you don't, you can master it or you can slave to it. Whatever it is for you. And you would think yourself and you would think me. I see y'all soon. Boom, 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 boom.